Good morning, Earthlings. I was just remembering over the last 2 or 3 years we were told that the stargates would open and massive, unstoppable reptilian armies would swarm through and butcher humanity. And this was going to happen at the galactic alignment. This proves how gullible and stupid many people are, and my point is not to put down anyone for being gullible and stupid, because the definition of stupidity is the unknownness of the exact consideration. And the point is that the people who manipulate know how stupid and gullible people can be. And if you recall all the slicing and dicing we have done to each other over assorted causes, like a religion, or is the earth flat or round, or does the sun revolve around the earth, or does the earth revolve around the sun? People were killed for disagreeing with these things. William Tyndale was burned at the stake for daring to translate the Bible from Latin into English. Now you can get it for free in every hotel room, thanks to the Gideons. So the Stargate phenomenon didn't happen. And one of the main things used to forward the case for stargates is the beings / and or massive starships using the sun as a stargate. Now what those things are living beings, and the sun itself is not as we perceive it. Nassim Haramein just proved that this actual sun is about 18 miles in diameter, and the surface that we see is the event horizon, where the effects and gravities of that meet empty space. I'm doing a series of lectures on the fourth dimension, and I haven't completed it yet, but in a nutshell, the fourth dimension appears to us to be movement, as in the rotation of a planet, or rotation of a solar system, or rotation of a galaxy. There actually is no rotation, but we can't perceive the fourth dimension, so there's something going on, and with our limited three-dimensional feelers, we're only able to call it motion. So the planets aren't round, the planets are not rotating. The sun is not round. The sun is not rotating. The sun is not what we have been told it is. It's something like being at the back of, say, a cave that was maybe 8 feet in diameter, and maybe you're 180 feet back from that, and you're looking at the entrance, and it's incredibly bright and overwhelming compared to the darkness, and it's round. So you say this thing is round and productive of tremendous energy, and there is motion there. I see motion, which could be, maybe a highway or something. And that's an analogy of what it's like for us looking at the sun. So the large objects floating around or moving around are living beings. Something like the internal components of a cell going about their business. And part of the general problem of not being able to come up with these observations is thinking that humanity is the center of the universe and the be-all and the end-all of existence. And how could there be a being that is 25 miles long or 6,000 miles long? One of the NASA probes has just reached 1,000,000 miles out from 1,000,000 times the distance of the sun out from itself. And there's a layer there, which I propose is at the same distance, sun to layer, as cell nucleus to cell membrane. And what this membrane is doing, it's magnetic in nature, is catching cosmic rays and spinning them around until it determines whether or not this is the good and tasty cosmic ray or the boring cosmic ray, and it's sending the good ones on towards the sun, probably as food or energy, same thing. So we may be looking at a grand scale of as above, so below, where the solar system is a single cell. And within that, there could be little organisms 2,500 miles long going about their business like the internal parts of cells. So it's not a big deal. It's not a scary deal. It just requires a change of viewpoint and lack of sensationalism of a single one-pointed viewpoint, that nothing could be that big or endure those kinds of temperatures, pressures. There's also near to Earth, there are supposedly some sort of ephemeral, semi-transparent beings flying around the upper atmosphere, at the boundary between the upper atmosphere and empty space. This is probably also a life form. If you have seen any of the old Indian drawings where they have concentric circles going out from the center of the earth up to the surface of the earth, and then the atmosphere, and then the upper atmosphere, and then beyond that they have the life forms listed there. This information is not popular in the West. And those in charge of the planet have been using religion to keep us with our noses to the ground so that we don't realize that war is not necessary. Now, I don't say that lightly, and it seems like a cliche, but there are factors involved here. This is a prison planet, and we are underneath the level of the jailers, being held in contempt by psychopaths, which is something that we all need to address this century. And for those who long to go back home to Orion or the Pleiades, what happens when we do that? If we start showing up in faster-than-light ships the size of the Titanic, is they come here and decimate the civilization again. And let us work our way back up, because it keeps us busy and out of their hair for quite a while. So better that we don't long for home, but get free here. And grow up. And that's the wrong term, actually. Grow out from under the psychopaths so we can operate in a normal manner. For a long time, historically, we've been stuck in the position of running out of food and shelter. So instead of working our way out of that ethically, the practice has been to go and just take it from your neighbors. Your children are starving, so they're more important than anyone else's. So you go and kill the next tribe, take their food to keep yourself going. Which is very... I don't think animals do that. They might fight over a dead bird, but they don't kill each other. That's our unique penchant. So we could be working together as a group, if not for disturbance from the psychopaths, whose job it is to keep us disturbed and from getting together. And we could go out and explore the apparent 3D solar system, which would be fun, but there's a much bigger future for us when we have fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional understanding and science, if not perception, to get things done easily. Well, giant strides are being made in that direction by Nassim Haramein, for example. And There's a book by Peter OUSPENSKY called Tertium Organum, which means the third organization of thought. And he explains where the fourth dimension is and how to perceive it. And once you get a handle on the fourth dimension, then you can see or cast your thoughts out to where the fifth and sixth dimensions are. And this kind of thing needs to become part of our culture. It needs to become less of a meat-body culture and more of a consciousness of the multi-dimensionality of our environment culture. And that is what is not wanted by those who are sucking the life out of us.